Okay, I think it's time to start the plan, isn't it? Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty. First thing, we talk to her head maid. Probably knows a way for us to speak directly. Oh, it's you. What? Colonel Richard. Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. Last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmore was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us. I realised we exchanged a few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn you were children of Colonel Cassius. How'd you find that out? Now, please understand, I'm not trying to show off your intelligence vision's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more words can probably express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you for quite some time now. Pardon me, Colonel. Don't you have a meeting with His Grace? I don't mind being a bit late. Ah yes, we're going to use talk. Why don't we use a lounge? And mix up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him I'll be delayed. Pardon me, then. Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please follow me. What should we do? Don't see where we're supposed to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to a head maid later. I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit under his command. Since that time, I found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. He did? And what do you think of him at the time? Put simply, he was a hero, and a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find his way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics, he understood he could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. If I didn't know any better, I'd say we're talking about two different people. So you were our father during the 100 Days War? Yeah, he was my CO. Even now I still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan to turn war's tide. At the time, I got to talking about those days. Time just runs away with me. This much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, LaBelle would now be part of the Empire. It's kind of hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen. So few know his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as a prime example of what a hero should be. He never said one word about this to me. It's not really the kind of thing you'd tell a daughter about. It's not fair to criticise him. Hey, whose side are you on? Besides, why does it shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all of this or something? I didn't know he's a Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely. Vaguely? You're an accomplice? Hey, calm down. It's not like you told me any of it. I just figured I'd live it out. You told me it didn't feel like something was worth getting out of his way to tell others about. When he comes back, he's in so much trouble. Huh? Aye. Please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt. No, seeing like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. Seems that by leaving, he did exactly what was best for him after all. For losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all it could help him recover. Colonel Richard. Now then, I thank you for taking some time to come here. But you can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. I apologise for making you wait late. Not at all, you both told me one other thing I wanted the most to know. Thus I have no regrets. How's that again? I'm sure I'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share the stories. How does he know that Cassius is missing? Okay, who was that man and what has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? Just said it's weird to hear him talking about Dad that way. Wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice. True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. So it's pretty much a foregone conclusion he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. I hate to say it, but I think that might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. As an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as could be. Do you think that's going a little too far? You might be right. Let me be one who's mistrustful of others. You should follow your instincts and believe whatever you think is right. Just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. So Bracer's job is pretty much that, in fact. Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind. Let's go see Hilda. After our diversion. This is a chef's room, so it's your side. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. We got kind of caught by Colonel Richard. Oh, did you now? He had something to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though. I see. Ah, yes, that letter of introduction did mention you and Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand some reason of how Colonel Richard feels. Oh, you know our dad, too? He used to come here when he was worked as General Morgan's aide-de-camp. I told he was a school friend of a late Prince's, Her Majesty's son. Late Prince? Princess Claudia's father. Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he was still alive today, none of this would be happening. But lamenting what might have been a fool's errand? Evening is fast approaching, must make our preparations at once. Come in, Shea. Oh, hey, aren't you? Shea, right? Yes, thank you for remembering me. You look well, Estelle, Joshua. I told you a common predicament. We aim to find a more dependable child. She's a great help to us whenever a princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia. That shouldn't pose a problem. Thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. Ribbons and headpieces are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. Yeah, Joshua's going to have to dress up as a girl again. Estelle's going to need to dress one of her maids. In order to get into a real keep. A little playing in her hair, you'll be blend right in. I get it. Uniforms don't allow much in the way of personalisation. That should be ideal for sneaking in. Me in a maid's outfit. Been wanting to try on since we first met Leela. Cute, breezy and easy to move in. Well, if our unions weren't easy to move in, that'd make cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Let's get her stuck on me. I'm so excited. I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of a queen. You won't have me to lean on this time. Why not? You're changing too, aren't you? Pardon? I mean, you did play with Princess during the play at that campus festival. Is there really that much to a difference between a fancy dress and a maid outfit? That's different. It was a play. You can't appear with Her Majesty in women's clothes. You'll be fine. It's not all shameful or anything. Besides, you made such a gorgeous princess. Not this again. Cover jokes, will ya? Hilda, Shea, help me out here, something. Anyone? I see, that shouldn't pose a problem. Shea, do you have any extra hairpiece designed for a princess? Yes. It's never been used, though. He has that full dark hair, so it'd probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Well, it looks like a 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use this as a changing room. Wait a minute. I don't remember agreeing to changing. Alright. I've had to change. I can do it myself. Shay, you're not planning on using makeup, are you? Ah, kids these days. Oh my! Ta-da! What do you think? It suits her very well. Such bright, active maiden training, and after only just coming to the castle too. You certainly have me convinced. With hair down like that, no one will be none the wiser. Perhaps you'd like to work at Vansel Castle for real. Well, we already work as basis, so... Anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out here. No chance I can talk you out of this. Not at all. You're just making this take longer. You're impossible sometimes. It's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't it awesome? Looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm a natural girl. A bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world. Please, just say you're done. Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to Royal Keep. To make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. Yes. This is a do-or-die moment. We just have to stay focused and get to Royal Keep. It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit. Excuse me. This is your idea. I can't believe you got the nerve to pick on. Sorry, don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream, okay, later? Not like you. I'm not obsessed with food. Get along so well, don't they? Out of time, let's go to a keep. Oh, we don't get special portraits. That's a shame. I'm gonna walk through a keep this way. Hilda, what business do you have your Majesty at this hour? I'm bringing some tea and some spoons at her request. The current situation means Her Majesty is denied the right to even go out of her daily life, as she wishes after all. Such harsh words. Who is Maid's Reviewer? I don't recognise him. His Grace ordered me to hire some additional staff to help. We only just arrived at the castle today. Really now? You're pretty cute. Thank you. Why do I get the feeling we've met before? Do you stare so hardly at every young lady you see? I do hope you're not thinking of any towards Fudce. I'd rather not think His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove. It's not like that. We have a little army. We wouldn't do that. All's well then. Now will you please allow us to pass? Pardon us, ladies. Please go ahead. Phew, that was intense. Thank you, Hilda. You were a lifesaver. That was really well done. I'm just glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see Her Majesty? If you prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think I'm okay as is. Boy clothes, now. Oh, for love of, why are you always so self-conscious? What's wrong with what you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is it room 1 I think it is? Yes. It's Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused. No kidding. I heard the princess was tending to the queen. Guess that's all gossip then, is it? You'd have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. The room is on the 2nd floor of the keep. I'll take you there. I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I brought the two I spoke of before. This is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. You two go on in. Right. Pardon us. Oh. But you're welcome. My name is Alicia von Olise. I'm the 26th monarch of the nation of Liberl. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of a Bracer Guild, and I'm Joshua Bright of the same affiliation. It's a great honour to meet you, Your Majesty. Estelle and Joshua. I've been truly looking forward to meeting both of you. I regret I cannot offer you a possible hospitality, but I've prepared some tea. Please have some and relax. I see. So Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black orbment, capable of negating all other orbital energies. They say the Colonel has acquired it. Professor told us you might have some idea what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea, but I did not think the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I'm worrying about nothing, but even so. What is this vague idea you have, Si? Suppose there's no harm in telling you? Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Gransel. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers? No, far deep underground, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might still be a relic of the ancients that still functioned. Wow. I knew it was a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts I know of had lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the towers. But every now and again, you find what still functions, like Mayor Downwar's family heirloom. And something like that beneath Gransel. So what does that tell us about the gospel? Maybe it could be used to halt the artifact's functions. Could it do that? Yes. However, we were unable to establish the nature of the artifact, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. It is beyond my imaginings about how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record. In the event, it seems likely the trouble is on its way. Honestly, just as I start thinking maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we've given him credit for. Someone's trying to stir up some trouble. That's when this braces comes in. Won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. Ha! I expect no less from Cassius's daughter. You're acquainted with our father, Your Majesty? Yes. He was a friend of my late son's and a great saviour to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he will sometimes undertake requests from me. Really? I didn't know that. I imagine there are a great many things you didn't know about him, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I'm sure you've not been told. Nothing super detailed. Perhaps then, it is the role that I am meant to play. Estelle and Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story? Oh yes, absolutely. It's no indulgence, Your Majesty. 10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy had occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. It's yet unknown, so it's something I must admit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for the invasion of Libelle. So began the sad times would begin known as the 100 Days War. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached a Hacken Gate. In what seemed like scant moments, all of Libelle became occupied territory save for Grancel. It said the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire Royal Army. Reinforcements from Calvard were too late to stop the advance. It was a matter of time before Grancel too would fall. But months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could imagine. Patrol airships had just been developed, were used to recapture Libelle's checkpoints, severing the Imperial armies to communications. The Royal Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one using ships launched from the Lyson fortress. Zace, Rouen, Bose, Roland. With the supply line severed, the Erebonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. And one behind this plan of counter-offensive was none other than Colonel Cassius Bright. It was your father. It was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterwards, the intercession of a Bracer Guild and Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was this time that Cassius lost what was treasured most of the world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. Her clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counter-offensive. What followed, I'm sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in his final moments. No, I had no idea. They believed that military operation that he himself had planned to effectively cause her death. Blaming himself, he left the military, then took up a path of a bracer. All to stay with the only one he had left, you. Now this time he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. Dad, that idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mum died. How could you even think that? Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost was in service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so I am sorry, Estelle, that I failed to protect your mother. I've wished to apologise to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologise. You protected a peace of the country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended Libelle in the war fought so hard to protect. And a peace that Mum gave her life for, so we could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Estelle, you have a kind heart and I'm grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now more than ever. Your Majesty. However, this is why. It's why I do not wish to put yourself in danger. I would like you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. But, Julie, Lieutenant Schwartz asked us for your help. I thank you, and I am grateful for your willingness to do so. But if some tragedy were to befall to you in Cassius's absence, no apology would ever suffice. I only ask you to go back to your home in Roland and wait for your father to return. If I may, Your Majesty. The peace that Dad restored is that you protect, though, is held firm, now trembles like a leaf in a breeze. Joshua. The Colonel is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends. If he succeeds in making the Duke renewed King of Libelle, Then what will become of that peace? I ask that you only consider that. Your Majesty, right when we came to Braces, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Sky Bandit incident, we got a letter from Package. We've been turning around creation ever since. Seems like to us like our Dad's been dodging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend with peace. So everyone we've met, and everyone we care about, can go on living in secure, happy lives. Just like you, like Mum, Dad. I'm doing this because I believe in what is right, but I really wanted to see it through. Seems she was right about you. Huh? I too am ready. I would like for you to carry my request to embrace a guild. Your Majesty! My liege, we will do whatever you ask. My request is to embrace a guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. Ah, so a princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes. This coup d'etat started when I backed her as a successor to her throne. In other words, Duke Dunan was out of the running. Yes, there is my nephew. He is possessed by a considerable number of character flaws. In brief, what is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean towards the idea of your judgment should really be trusted here. No matter what the area, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention the memory of invasions by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It's hardly surprising that such a notion is taking root in the mind of some. Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume. Quite right. Claudia's pending succession to a throne caught him quite unawares. But along with his passing of this information to a duke is what led to a coup. It's all staged so that Le Beurre would become a strong military power, the Colonel ruling from the shadows. I find there to see the whole picture. So the Beurre become a militarised country, what would happen then? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill a war chest. All the weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted. No doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present. Indeed, the Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought such proposals were born out of genuine love for country, but I agreed with her for taking the right course of action. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We've worked so hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with all other nations, to the benefit of all. I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, it makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds notions to be so womanly and foolishly idealistic. He demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. Many people have family members who would taken to ensure that you not dare oppose a Colonel. But I'm a queen. I will not allow all I love in my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. You will see that it is the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. For that reassurance, I will do as I can to oppose the Colonel's commands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The Gospel still has a lot to be dealt with. I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentence, Estelle. The present state of affairs is not contingent on my freedom or imprisonment. The Gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind, for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it. Wow, that was a totally awesome person. Super nice, with seriously strong will. I hope I'm 1/10 as cool when I get old. Cool, did you actually just call the Queen that? Still, she definitely was what it takes to govern a whole country. But we want to stop this coup thing and help her. And definitely outside of Bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can. But you know, I'm still freaking out about the Queen told us about Dad. Or if she's got any more tidbits we're willing to share. Estelle, Joshua, have you finished changing? Oh yeah. Then we should return to a waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Is it really that late? The Queen spoke of us for such a long time. If staying longer, it's apt to make the guards suspicious. It's apt to make the episode end as well. Farewell.